y'all enjoy that chest workout because I know I did. That shit was a pump. And like I said, nothing changes. We're doing the same mundane shit every single time. Start with barbell incline, then we're still doing dumbbell incline, layer in the workout, add different variation, warm on plate load chest press. Still kept the flies in, changed up to the cables, and doing some type of tricep variation. This time overhead. That's it. You don't see any nuances. You don't see any secret hacks. You don't see any bullshit movement that you need to test out. Nothing like that. It's just straight, basic, simple shit that is just gonna get you further than anything else. That's all I really can say, to be honest. Like, it's just how it is. Like, you don't need to try new things. Like, again, it's like, why fix when it's not broken? Or like, the only time when you know your program is not working is you have to do reflection. You have to look back at why that program is not working. Is it because you're bouncing from one idea to another to another to another? Or is it because like you don't have a good set scheme that's going that leads you into progression state? Or is it just like, you're just half-assing it? So if your program's not progressing, or if your program's not to the point where you're developing the physique and getting those results, then you gotta do some reflection. Then you gotta really take a look at what's the issue, like what's really making you be in the same position, why it's not making you be, ahead of the game and things like that. So as you see, that's all you can see from my workouts, from here on out, from all the times from bulking, all the times of cutting, it's gonna be the same movements. Now, of course, like give you a little insight when I'm going to my cut, like when I get deeper in a cut, I might have to change to like some machines, because of course, be less nutrients and things like that. But like also too is just like joint to, fatigue ratios, like it might be more beneficial. But I'll explain more of that down the road, but I'll just give you a little insight on that. Other than that, it's like, I was like, it was funny, right before I was about to work out, I was just doing my pre-exhaustion, warming my chest, warming my triceps. I saw this on TV at the gym, and it was a commercial. Of course, it was a pharmaceutical commercial advertising all of the drugs and stuff like that. But this one, it was just funny. Like, it said it was for people 50 or older. And I can't exactly, because like I took a glance at it and I saw at the end, near end of it. But I remember saying, like, if you're over 50 and you're healthy, you're 6 times more likely to catch what, I don't know exactly what I'm talking about, but I'm assuming it's something that's been dealing with 5 years now related. And they were talking about like if you're like over 50 you're 6 times, if you're healthy, you're 6 times more likely to catch whatever they were talking about. And I'm like, I was just laughing myself. I'm like, how does that shit even make sense? Like, can anybody explain how does that shit even make sense? Like, from what I know is like if you're healthy, you're more prone to not catching shit, to be honest. You're more susceptible to, being immune to catching shit and things that. So it's like when they were advertising and when they were just describing like if you're healthy, you're more prone to getting, sick, whatever that is. I'm like, how does that even make sense? Because like that's complete opposite, and it's just crazy thing. Like it's crazy how these pharmaceuticals are so desperate with this marketing. And when are they not desperate? Let's be real. First of all, it's like when are they not desperate to get the money? When they're not desperate to, try to promote all these drugs and stuff like that, right? But it was just crazy thing. Like if they were marketing, and it was just sad to see that they're marketing saying like if you're healthy, you're more likely to catch that. Whereas like in where we all know that's not the case. If you're healthy, your chances of getting is very low. Now, of course, we can't control on like what happens and things that like those like things we can't control, but what we can control is how healthy can we do, right? We can control like how our eating is, we can control how activity is, we can control over managing our stress, making sure we get sleep, right? We can control and make sure we're hydrating the body and things like we're controlling all those things. So we control that over time, and you're a healthy individual where you're doing those 6 principles, and like like yeah, like you're healthy, as opposed to you being sanitary, you being overweight, you're not doing activity. Yeah, you like on the overweight side, like that side, like you're more prone to get that sickness as opposed to being a healthy individual. So I just want to share that with you because I thought it was just funny where it's just like saying like it was 6 times more likely. I was like, yo, that's an absurd a number too. Mark it in, tell someone like, yeah, like that, give them that fear, getting that fear state of like, oh, like I'm 6 times more likely, I'm 50 over, I'm still healthy, like I'm 6 times more to, get this. It's like, like it's crazy. It's sad. Like again, it's pharmaceutical. You can't do anything about it. Like that's all they try to promote is like pharmaceuticals. Just promote these drugs. Just make you feel like you try this one out, then it doesn't work. Then they either up the dosage or they try something new. It's just like it's just sad to see, and it just goes into like like the fitness journey too. Is like so many of you guys just like I was talking to my mentor yesterday, and we're just talking like most of us like like the stuff that him and I talk about, we're just like we're few of the many, but we're just talking about like how some of the things can still relate into just a day-to-day lifestyle for the average people, right? And we're just talking is like it's just so crazy because like your vision and like the way you like see yourself is you do such a short term. And this is what I kind of talked about yesterday too, is like you guys focus on short term, so like especially like with all these drugs coming out, like these weight loss drugs, it's like you guys are so fixated on that you guys don't think far in the future. And I was like, do you really want to be on a drug for the rest of your life to get you where you want to be, but also to not look the way you want to do? Like you can lose the weight and still look like shit. Or do you want to lose the weight but look great and look confident? That's the two difference. And I was actually having a conversation with one of my clients last night. He was just he sent me a reel about this, and it was talking about intermittent fasting. And like there was this thing they were talking about. They do like I think it was 30 or 36 hours of intermittent fasting, 12 hours of eating, and then they go about I think it was not 18, 24 hours of fasting. I'm not too sure exactly. I kind of just glanced over it in a sense, but it was talking like something like that. And he just asked me what my thoughts were, and I was just like, and it just goes back to what I said. Is like there's a difference between like looking confident, looking strong, having muscle, and there's also the difference of just looking like shit. And it just goes back into the conversation, like like with me, and my mentor too, is like it's crazy thing. Like this myth is so pushed onto you guys that, and again, it's not your fault. It's just what's the industry has just pushed on for you for so many years, and it's just like they push you this phenomenon like eat less and do more. But if we're all eating less and to some degree, if you think you are, and you're doing more, and to some degree, probably for most of you guys are just doing cardio, no working outs or anything like that. Do you think you guys would still be in this position, and you guys would still be questioning yourself on like why this is still not working or why you're not looking the way you do? That's because you guys have fallen this belief of this phenomenon like eat less and do more. Which in reality, that's not the case. The case is eat more, do more, but also too have the right intention, have the right purpose when you're doing those two things, right? It's like, so what I mean by eating more is like, it's just not like you just gonna fucking have fast food all the time. Things that it's not you like you just snacking on thousands of calories and things like that. When I mean eat more, I'm talking about eating the amount of protein you need, eating the amount of calories your body needs to sustain on a daily basis, eating the amount of fiber you need for your body to, process and digest all the foods that you're consuming, right? Eat enough, fast to make sure your organs are healthy and things like that, right? Make sure you eat enough calories to help with your workouts before and after and just have enough energy throughout the entire day. Like eating those things is like that's what's eating a lot like eating more does for you and things like you just get more energy, you become more confident, you look better at the end of the day. As if you think eating less is the solution, it's like sorry to say, like it's not. Like I mean, like I'm even like showing case you guys, like I'm increasing my 4,300 calories, right? But even like back then it was like 4,000 calories, and I was still looking the same. I'm eating way more than I was doing before. And like if that was the case, eat less and like do more was the solution. It's like then like what I'm doing it would not be working. Of course, grant, yes, like I'm a different breed. Like again, like I'm not human. I even call myself, oh no, I'm not human, things like that. But like if you just like have a structured plan, you follow the program, you understand what you need to do, like I guarantee you, like you're gonna start noticing, you're gonna be looking back, it's like, damn, I can't be crazy, you eating like 12 or 1,500 calories, or it's crazy, you're just only doing cardio, not really like strength training, or it's crazy that like, whatever that case is that you're struggling, like you're looking back, it's like, that's the thing is like, you gotta eat more to do more things that like, if you wanna look your best, you wanna feel your best, you wanna like, be toned, you want to have a muscular build and things like that, it's like you got to eat more. Like there's no better way to do so to have a fantastic body than eating more. And at the same time, like you guys like trip yourself all the time. Like you guys think like oh, like, you gotta eat less and then go splurge on weekends. Like, yo, like that doesn't work like that. Like, you have to understand like how to properly like eat more, but in the right, again, the right intentions, the right purpose to do so, right? And if you start doing that, then you can start understand how to do that the right way when you have fun nights out. When you have a fun night indulgent, whatever that is for you, you understand that. So it's just funny, like, think about it too, is like when people just go for the quick fixes and like when these pharmaceuticals just push these drugs out, it's just, just sad to see because what, like, of course, like, there's no marketing that talks about lifestyle. There's no marketing that talks about habits. There's no marketing that talks about routines. It's just pushing on drugs and drugs and drugs like you, like, never heard of, or it's just like that's always advertising, right? So it's like, the easiest and freest medicine is looking at that, looking at your lifestyle, looking at your habits, and looking at your routine things. That what can you do to improve? And these are all pretty much free things you can work on. Things that cool is like, like the lifestyle. If you're a person that's eating fast food all the time, like having sodas, like two things you're gonna start doing is like one, start cooking more home, cooked meals and things like that. Two, start replacing like pops with like 0 calorie beverages or water. You know, activity. Maybe you start just adding, increasing like 500 steps a day and things like that, right? Or just 500 steps a week, right? Or maybe go to the gym one time a week if you just haven't been in the gym, or whatever the case is, adding that one extra day. As like things like cool, you got that routine, and then you got that lifestyle, and you got those habits building up. As like over time, you're gonna notice you're gonna see a significant change just by doing those small things, and it didn't cost you anything. As opposed to you taking your time out of the day, go see a doctor that you gotta wait for an hour. A time that you're talking to your doctor for 5 minutes, right? Your doctor for 5 minutes and just explain like, yep, all right, cool. Write this shit down. Here's a prescription. Go ahead, off you go, right? And then you just, each month you're wondering if it's gonna work and things that like just doing what you want to do, and that's the problem. Is like it's the things, the drugs is going to teach you like just the same old habits over and over again, and that's not sustainable, and that's not a long-term solution for you. Like you're not gonna, like these things are not going to teach you how to really change your beliefs, really change your habits, and really change like the perspective and the outlook of what life could be without utilizing those and actually just using the things that's been such and like in the world for so long. The activity, the lifestyle, the rituals, the habits, all those things like that, right? So when it just comes into like losing weight, right? Like when it just comes into just like really, being in a better position than where you are right now, it's just like again, just reflect, but also too like look at what you're consuming, right? Like don't consume everything they say. Like consume like to the point where like you feel is like right for you and you feel like it's best for you. Then it's like once you do that, then like figure out what you need to do personally, because every individual is different. Again, what I'm doing is going to be way completely different than what you're going to be doing. And of course, if you're going to compare like what I'm doing and what you're going to be doing and things like that, again, that's the thief of joy, because you're comparing my chapter 7 against your chapter 1. So understand, like I've been doing this for 5+ years now, right? I've done through these trials and errors. I've done ups and downs. I had the highs, I had the lows, I've gone through so many experiences, I had so many mistakes. Now I'm like using my mistakes to my advantage and things like that, right? So it's like learn your mistakes, right? Learn what you've been doing with your mistakes, and understand what the mistakes you were doing. Now apply those mistakes into the new way, to the new version of your program, so you can optimize and utilize to get yourself where you want to be, right? So that's the thing, is you have to do these things and you have to really understand. And at the end of the day, you just have to want it. You can't just keep telling yourself that you want this, but then you just half-ass it. Like if you really want it, you really mean it. And it kind of goes back to what I'm talking about, yesterday, is like just loving the process, loving the journey, and loving the program. As if you gotta really want it to a sense that you can enjoy it, love it, and also to see the changes, see the results. So I think it was just funny to talk about, and it was just something too. Is like this is the second time my client like sends me real, and again like it's not his fault. Again, it's just what like the information is right in front of him. Of course, it's terrible because like information is like a second away from receiving things that. So he was just asking like what my thoughts were, and at the end of the day is like you just got like this is an issue too, is like it just makes you put to a point, is like you see something and you think about it, and then it makes you be inconsistent. because you're thinking like, oh, maybe like, yeah, maybe that person might be right and things like that. But like if you know like the program you own is gonna be like, that program for you to get you where you want to be, is like that's gonna create that inconsistent for you, because you're gonna be like thinking of this one reel you saw, like this one person saying like, this program is the best fit for you, but you just haven't been consistent enough to see it, and then you see this reel and then you think about it and you're like, oh, maybe let me try this, and that's why it puts you in the same position why you're still stuck, is because you just keep relying on new information, these new nuances, and these new like tactics, hacks, whatever the case is, to distract you and to make you fall off your program, make you be inconsistent with what you need to do. So at the end of the day, really have a distraction-free zone, where it's like exactly what you need to do. So it's okay to listen, you know, do your due diligence, try like understand what they're talking about, but at the same time too, don't try to fall off on what what you need to do, and things that, like, yes, it's good to understand and like learn, but at the same time you know exactly what you need to do, as you gotta stay with it, stay on the course, stay on the plan, don't do anything different, especially if you have not been consistent for that long time. So I think it was just funny, it was like seeing that commercial, and what kind of me, my mentor yesterday was just talking about, and just last night with my client and sent me this reel and things like that. It's just like everything just goes hand in hand at the end of the day, of just like how everything just comes in full circle. No matter what is happening, what is doing, it just comes in full circle. And it's just like it's honestly just sad. It really is. It's just sad because like it's not your guys' fault. It's just like all the shit that's like being pushed out. So yeah, that was like my 2 cents for the day, and things that, yeah, that was it. I just really got no more. I was trying to record during my workout. Unfortunately, I have one piece on, but I didn't have the other piece. So I was like, I'll just do this afterwards. But I'm thinking I might start moving towards this direction, to be honest. I like it because I'm able to kind of focus more on my workouts. I'm able to push more weight. I'm able to get myself more locked in. Like I said, being in that zone is helpful. Then where I'm in location, of course, you see me. I'm in the office right now because I did some work, getting ready for my next client here in the next hour, and now I'll be here pretty much for a little bit remaining of the day and things like that. But you might see me in different sceneries, settings, but I think I'm gonna like this a lot more, to be honest, because I'm able to just focus in, lock in what I need to do, especially recover my stomach too. My stomach's about almost 100% now from, again, the last weekend things like that. So still recover from that, but also too, the 4,300 calories, it's doing me justice. Like, woke up this morning 234.1, so we'll just see how things keep going. I'm planning on doing the food challenge. TBD, don't really count me in on that yet. I'm still seeing how things go, how things play, just to make sure. So I'll just keep you guys updated and things. Other than that, like, of course, tomorrow's a rest day, so we're hitting at 12,000 steps right now. We're at 5,500, so we only got 7,000 more. It's only 10 o'clock. And then Friday we'll come in and hit some shoulders and things. So hope you guys enjoy the workout. Hope you guys enjoy this talk. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts on it, what you guys would like some insight on, anything along those lines. More than happy to share this with you guys. And other than that, let's hit some shoulders on Friday. I catch y'all then.